Hi, welcome to the world according to Larry. Today's video is going to be about big modification to the car, at least in appearance. What is it, you might ask? Take a look at this. Alright. Look at that wing. So I could have went with carbon fiber, but everything about above ground effects I want painted black. Okay, this video is a long time in the making, and I'm going to explain why, but here it is. This looks beautiful, right? My experience so far has not been very good. I ordered these, I'm going to say, April. I ordered these in April of 2020. And it was a 8 to 12 week turnaround. In April of 2020, we were full-blown COVID-19 lockdown. Okay, there were issues all across the board. But I called after about 16 weeks to ask where was my wing. Now, the fact that I say I called is a feat. I left a nastygram, and they called me back and said that, oh, you know, COVID, like whatever. We haven't manufactured in California, they're locked down, blah, blah, blah. About a day later, I get an email from FedEx that it has shipped. Well, someone was sitting on their thumbs. Now, meanwhile, so I had ordered it in the spring, and now it was somewhere around about now. It was September when I got it. And I got it raw, and I want it painted. What I want to do for my car is I like the carbon fiber for ground effects. But anything above the ground, I want painted. So if I get dive planes, I don't know if I get them painted or I get carbon fiber. I might have to be stuck for one choice or the other, depending on what's available, if I do that. I'm not a big fan of drilling holes into my car for parts that might not last. And if I get a diffuser, that would be carbon fiber as well. This needs to be painted, the wing. I don't want a carbon fiber wing. So, it came. I got it painted. It took some time. My painter complained a lot about how much work he had to put into painting this. How much he had to sand it. When I dropped it off, I can't tell, but when I dropped it off, he was just like blown away by the quality. To me, it looked fine, but the painter was not happy. It cost me about $500 to get this painted. Now, I got it back. It was late September, maybe early October, and it was getting a little too late to put it on. I know there's sticky tape under here. I know that sticky tape gives better in warm weather and sticks better in warm weather. That sounds like an oxymoron, but I felt like I would have too much work to peel it off at that time and not enough efficiency to put new stuff on. In the meantime, I lost the hardware. But I had noticed on Wrenched Out Garage, he took the wing off, he didn't use this wing. I noticed when he took his stock spoiler off, it has studs hanging out the bottom. This does not have studs hanging out the bottom. In my quest to get more hardware, I had asked the person who had initially responded, can I buy more hardware? And he said, yo, you use your stock hardware. I'm like, in the video I watched this weekend, there's studs hanging out the bottom, and you have threads in yours. And then I get a reply back, oh. And let me include the manager of the parts department. So then I started emailing him. 5 emails back and forth, but not back and forth. 5 emails from me, never a reply. All I want to do is buy the hardware. All I want to do is buy the hardware. I'm not asking for a replacement. All I want to do is buy you the hardware. No reply. Fortunately, I found it. My customer service experience here has been terrible. So, the install is different than the original part. They're just pimping it out to someplace in California. I imagine they're on the East Coast. I don't know. But I'm scared. And so I've been putting this off to a point where there's 2 days in New Hampshire where it's not raining. 2 days in a row on a weekend where it's not raining. It's September. This is the first weekend where that's a possibility. I'm a little nervous to pull my original off and find out that this doesn't fit. So this could be a disaster video. This could be like the Titanic if you want to watch. What are these for? Really? What's this for? There's no installation instructions, like a lot of parts lately. I get it. A lot of stuff's on YouTube. Not for this. There's not a single video out on installing this. I'm starting to wonder why. Here's the thing. I really like the Copo hood that they've had on their website. This leaves me really wondering whether or not I even want to go down that road. It looks really nice. It's not carbon fiber. It's got a nice high cowl, but not too high like that Anderson Composites one. But I'm rather disappointed. So we're going to install this, and we're going to see whether or not this is an utter disaster and a waste of money. This cost me, I can't remember, but I'm going to say around $900 unpainted. And then I had to pay about $500 to have it painted. So it hasn't been a cheap endeavor either. Because these don't have studs hanging out the bottom, this is a 2-person job. The trunk goes up. So it's going to require at least 2 people, one to hold each end while one of these studs is threaded through and into the bottom. Where if they had studs, it could be done by a single person. So I'm a little disappointed about that. And because it did not come with any double-sided tape, I also purchased my Chihuahua. Do you have a Chihuahua? They pocket everything. Holy cow. We have a German Shepherd and a Chihuahua. That's a perfect mix. That's a perfect mix. One will sleep through, but if it wakes up, it'll kill everything. And the other one can't kill shit, but wakes up at everything. So, it's a good mix. Anyways, so I bought these pads at Home Depot because this is going to serve as a gasket to keep rain from seeping into the trunk, rotting out the trunk, rotting out the studs. And so this is to replace what was stock because I didn't get any. Also, on this pedestal, on that pedestal, there's a hole. So the thread for the screw comes all the way through, not on this pedestal. That is an opportunity for water to get in there and rust out my car. So now I'm going to have to fill that with some silicone and then cover the silicone with touch-up paint. We'll see how I feel when I put this on the car, how easy it is to put it on the car, but I have serious issues with this product already.
3 hours later.
Out of the 6 bolts that are required to hold this down, I could only get 5 in. That was one of my fears, because I've had trepidations all along. It took a lot longer to install than I would have liked because of trying to get holes to line up and everything else. And batteries died and it wasn't working, and so I didn't really film a lot of the install or putting stuff back together. But it is just the reverse of taking it apart. All in all, I love the look, and it looks good. Not the best experience. Let's have a reveal. You've been experiencing the world according to Larry, and I'm Larry, and this is the world I live in. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please like it, share it. I would love to hear your comments, and I would appreciate it if you subscribe. And until then, I'm in my world.